Well, good morning, and it's an early start here for Scotland's Under-19s taking on Andorra's Under-19s. A midday kick-off for the second match day of this Euro 2020 qualifying campaign. A 2-2 draw kicked things off at Capello on Wednesday night, with Billy Starkside looking to get 3 points on the board this time round at the C&G System Stadium in Dumbarton. Well, the way this qualification process works is that it's a sort of round-robin system. 4 teams drawn in a group: Germany, Scotland, Belarus and Andorra for this one. You can see the first set of results there. Germany beating Andorra on Wednesday night. It was a 2-2 draw between Scotland and Belarus. All games kicking off at midday today. Germany against Belarus, we'll keep an eye on that one at Capello, and Scotland against Andorra here. Of course, the top 2 teams in every group qualify for the elite rounds automatically, along with the third place side, and it's the one with the best record that could go through to the elite rounds as well. That takes place in spring next year. Portugal, well, they're already seeded because of the top seeds, and they'll be waiting for the rest of the teams that go through. The 7 winning sides from the elite round groups will then join Northern Ireland in the finals next summer. Those finals also act as Europe's qualifiers for the 2021 FIFA Under-20 World Cup. So there's lots to play for here. Delighted to say I'm joined by a man who knows lots about the Scotland youth teams because of his time working for the SFA. He's at Hibs now, and also our Andorra football expert as well from his research we've been doing during the week. Kenny Miller.
Nice of you to throw me straight under the bus, Andrew. I'm glad I've made it back after skipping the other night. No, I think speaking to a few of the staff and the players on the way in today, there's obviously a collective frustration about the way the first game unfolded. I think half an hour in, we didn't want to say it and be disrespectful, but it looked like a case of how many, and they didn't build on a promising start, so it'll be interesting to see the reaction today.
Well, the teams are making their way out the tunnel here in Dumbarton. It's a nice day for it as well. The sun's shining down over the pitch as we get ready for this one. But as we said earlier on, it was a 2-2 draw to kick off the campaign, and Scotland with a chance to really make their mark in this group if they can get a win going into that final game on Tuesday against Andorra. First of all, we'll start with the national anthems. Andorra first up. Passionately belted out by the Andorra players there. Next up, the national anthem for Scotland. Well, both teams certainly seem up for this one. It's a big occasion as well. Scotland looking to make amends for that 2-2 draw against Belarus, one that they can certainly learn lessons from, Kenny Miller.
Yeah, it's a shame because they were so positive and so impressive, and everything that they did front to back for the first half hour, they just gave Belarus that inch back into the game, and they took advantage. So no, there's a collective frustration, and it will be interesting to see the reaction. Obviously a much changed team today.
Well, we can have a look at the changes, and there is 6 for Scotland going into this one from the game on Wednesday night. Chris Hamilton and James Maxwell come into defence. Lewis Fiorini and Kieran Dixon are the new faces in midfield, while Kai Kennedy and Kyle Joseph are part of a front 3 alongside it's Jack Burrows who keeps his place out in the wide position. Let's take a look at the Andorran side as well. It's Iker, the goalkeeper, who is the captain for them this afternoon, and also it'll be 2 up front for them in a 4-4-2. Rosas, Ubak and Bazan, the strike force, the ones looking to cause this Scotland team damage. Well, quite a few changes, Kenny. What would you put that down to?
I think we talked about it during the week. It's with the 3 games in quick succession, it's about managing the group, especially when it's young players. You don't want to overstretch them. At the same time, you want to take an opportunity to give people a go. Different systems, different personnel, different partnerships on the pitch to see how it clicks. As we said, obviously there's pressure for results, but it's mostly about development.
Well, Igor Pajak is our official from Croatia for this one, as the Andorran players enter a huddle in the middle of the pitch. Scotland lined up and ready to go. Kyle Joseph, who came on as a substitute in that game during the week, standing over the ball and ready to go. What lessons do you think Scotland will have learned after we hear that chant from the Andorran players as they leave the huddle?
It's almost 1-0 Andorra after the anthems. They're so keyed up for this. No, I think Scotland will take from the other day that they have to press their advantage home when they have it. They were so far ahead in every department and didn't quite force it home. So no complacency today. But no, Kyle Joseph did well, made an impact when he came on, so interesting to see him from the start.
Germany and Belarus also just about to get underway at Capello for their game in this group, and we'll have a great understanding really at the end of play today just how good Scotland's chances are of making it automatically into the elite rounds, as Igor Pajak looks at his whistle and gets us underway with the ball rolled back to Dean Campbell, who's wearing the captain's armband, taking over from Mark Leonard.
Dean did catch the eye the other night. He was at the centre of a lot of the better things Scotland did in the middle of the park. He's so composed, we said the other night. I mean, he's so versatile, he's equally impressive at the back, but he was pulling the strings alongside Leonard. Interesting to see how he steps up today on his own.
An early touch of the ball for Chris Hamilton and Archie Mayer at the back. And forward to Dean Campbell, sitting the deepest of the midfield 3 as we stand. James Maxwell, his first involvement at Scotland Under-19 level, the Rangers youngster. Nathan Patterson. Scotland happy just to get a few different players, early touches of the ball here. Back to Jamie Hamilton, over to Chris Hamilton, no relation despite the surnames. Scotland just being patient in these early stages.
I think you make a good point about just getting them an early touch of the ball. Just probing. But you can see the similar shape to the other night. They obviously want to press high up the pitch, dictate the tempo.
Well, one thing you notice with these changes, it is a less experienced side at this level. Scotland try to get forward with Lewis Fiorini, Manchester City youngster, and he battles back, and it's Nathan Patterson who tries to come away with it, but it's blown up for a foul. But maybe a few players that just getting used to this level haven't pulled on the Scotland shirt at Under-19s before.
Well, Lewis is a good example of that. He is someone that within the system they were watching for a long time. Obviously the club he plays for catches the eye, but he was someone they'd been running the rule over. I know he'd been very keen to get involved. I think it was injuries initially maybe held him back, so a good opportunity today.
Well, that's good defensive work there, tracking back by Kieran Dixon, another player who came off the bench during the week against Belarus, but he's earned a start today. Jamie Hamilton to James Maxwell. Trying to drive forward, just checks inside to Dean Campbell, spread out wide. Trying to find Nathan Patterson, who got forward very well on Wednesday night. Got a goal himself.
Still unsure just how deliberate that was. Got a bit of stick actually for not giving Archie Mayer full credit for one of his point blank reaction stops.
I think we thought it'd come off his head, but when you actually look at it again, he puts his arm up, it almost comes off his shoulder. An outstanding save it was for Archie Mayer on Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was a member of the goalkeeping union and the Scottish FA staff that got in touch to complain and said of course it was deliberate. You would expect them to say that. I don't want to name names, that would be unfair in Fraser Stewart, but I'll try to do better today.
Well, an outstanding game so far for Archie Mayer.
He's done nothing wrong.
Dean Campbell looks as if he'll be happy to take the responsibility in this midfield. Dixon, sliding challenge from behind, and it'll be a free kick to Scotland out on that right hand side. Yet to really venture into that final third yet. Maybe a chance here, but the pass from Dean Campbell just getting away from James Maxwell. It was Castro Pratt of Andorra who put that one out of play. Maxwell back to Jamie Hamilton.
You can see Dean Campbell's at the centre of everything. He's telegraphed a couple of passes so far, maybe just trying to find his range, but you can tell his teammates trust him with the ball.
He's got two new midfield partners for this game today, Kieran Dixon and Lewis Fiorini coming in. Maxwell, the left back, in an advanced position. More than happy to drive into the box. Great play by James Maxwell. Pokes it across the face of goal and so close to Jack Burrows, who was in that 6-yard box. He just couldn't get the touch, but real positive play in the early stages by James Maxwell.
Yeah, very bright, and we've been talking about him before the game, how highly rated he is at club level. A converted left winger who's dropped deeper, and you can see that there in the direct play and the quality of his delivery across the box. He was begging to be turned in.
Just 17 years of age, like a few of the players in this under-19 squad as well. As Iker, the Andorra captain, sends this one into the Scotland half. Kieran Dixon gets up well. Jack Burrows battling as well. Kyle Joseph just unable to keep that one in play. Well, he tried to make an impact off the bench midweek, Kyle Joseph. Chances didn't quite fall for him, but a good chance to get a lot longer under his belt tonight.
He was a real nuisance. I mean, he wasn't on the pitch for that long, but he put himself about and asked questions. Ball didn't really drop for him. It was a real opportunity from the start today.
Hamilton to Patterson, and linking up with his Rangers teammate Dixon. Chris Hamilton switching the play out to this left hand side, trying to find Kai Kennedy. Maxwell now. Dean Campbell. Ball forward to Nathan Patterson. Flicks it into the box. Patterson once again trying to get forward. It's fallen for him kindly. Kyle Joseph now battling in the box. Too many Andorra bodies in there as it comes back out to Kai Kennedy. He'll thought about playing that one into the box, but goes safe to Dean Campbell. Kieran Dixon plays the ball inside, trying to find Nathan Patterson with that ball inside, but it will go out for, well, it's actually blown up for offside on Nathan Patterson.
It's very similar to the other night, just Scotland pressing high up the pitch, keeping them penned in. Just not quite able to cut them open so far. But Patterson started, as he finished the other day, just rampaging up and down that right flank.
Well, it was just his first appearance for the Scotland Under-19s on Wednesday night. Voted man of the match by the panel of Kenny Miller, and Kenny Miller alone.
It's not usually a surefire sign of quality, but he earned it the other night.
Scotland win a free kick out on the right hand side. It's taken quickly, but our official Igor Pajak from Croatia pulling this one back. Scotland moving too quickly for his liking.
Maybe just as well, because I think Dean Campbell caught everyone out there. Not sure Scotland were ready for that.
Jamie Hamilton to his namesake Chris. Patterson, he's always looking for that chance to run forward, didn't quite open up for him that time. James Maxwell. Does well, James Maxwell, to skip by a couple of Andorra players, but the ball is stolen off him. And Kai Kennedy fouled there after he retrieved it.
Just
Bernat Bonnell pulled back. But once again, a feature of these Scotland youth sides that we've seen certainly over the course of not just this week but the past couple of years. They want to get that ball back in play quickly. They want to get play flowing.
Yeah, and it's deliberate across the age groups. It's not happening by chance. They want them to hunt in packs. They want them to be comfortable on the ball, and that's reflected in some of the results they've had against, as I said, some of the established nations, certainly at youth level.
Kai Kennedy winning a corner there. Scotland's first real chance to whip this one into the box and see if they've got an aerial threat against this Andorran defence. Kennedy, no one attacking it at that front post. Kieran Dixon, and he goes down. He wasn't claiming for anything though. He got back up, and Andorra can clear, but only as far as James Maxwell. Nathan Patterson popping up all over the pitch.
Some engine on.
Burrows just can't keep that one in play. Jack Burrows, second consecutive start for him at this level. His fifth appearance. He's got one goal as well. That came against Turkey in March in a 3-1 win.
Good early chance for you to show off your research there.
Don't know what you're on about.
It's like a player getting an early touch of the ball.
Just easing it in. Just you wait for what's coming. Once again, Andorra unable to trouble this Scotland defence at all as James Maxwell plays it out to Kai Kennedy. Checks back to Dean Campbell. Spreads the ball out nicely to Nathan Patterson. And his touch was good, but he's closed down quickly. Manages to hold on to the ball just like that. Andorra can come away with it. And the ball forward to absolutely nobody. And that will be frustrating for Andorra, that whenever they've got on the ball, it's just gone straight back to a dark blue shirt.
Yeah, and a similar pattern again to the game the other night. Up to Scotland to take advantage.
Kai Kennedy. As soon as he's on the ball, three players around him and he wins a free kick. The Andorran player's not too happy about it.
He's looking sharp, Kennedy. It'll just be a case of getting him the ball in these early stages, seeing what he can produce.
Well, it seems as if the Andorran players have highlighted him as a danger. As soon as he was on it there, you could see three of them swarming round him, not giving him any space at all to work with.
Scotland can use that to their advantage as well, because we've threats all over the park, so if three are preoccupied with him, suggests the space elsewhere.
Kai Kennedy to take, a regular feature of Rangers under-20 side. It's a good looking ball in, it's flicked on and it's to the back post, and that is 1-0 Scotland, but the flag is up and it's not going to count. It was Chris Hamilton at the back post who finished it well, but the flag goes up and Scotland denied an opener.
Chris will be absolutely gutted, because he's not exactly a regular at the back post lashing in shots like that, so cruelly denied, but I think the right decision. He didn't complain too much.
He's on loan at Cowdenbeath from Hearts, Chris Hamilton.
Yeah, and he's got good experience as well. He's been away with Scotland at under-20 level in the Toulon tournament. He's been a fixture in the Hearts development or reserve squad for a while now. Played games at first team level. And Cowdenbeath are going reasonably well this year, so good pedigree.
Has made his Hearts debut as well, Chris Hamilton.
Yeah, he's a good type. I remember before he played that game, I think it was Kilmarnock, he was directly up against Chris Boyd, and he said he'd studied Chris Boyd all week, so he was ready for it, the physicality, the gamesmanship. And he's got a wee bit of street smarts about him himself, Chris. He's not one to be mucked about.
Kai Kennedy. Back to Jamie Hamilton. Now Chris Hamilton, who, not the tallest for a centre-back, Chris Hamilton. Certainly doesn't shy away from the physical battle.
It's good to see Jamie Hamilton retain his place as well. It'd be disappointing with the goal he conceded the other night, but I think, especially at his age, you want to encourage centre-backs who are comfortable on the ball. And with that comes the odd mistake, but as his decision-making improves as he gets older, it'll become less frequent.
Certainly that will come with experience. 3 appearances for Hamilton's first team this season. Looks like this could be his breakthrough campaign at the age of 17. As Andorra win a free kick out on their left-hand side, just a push in the back.
Says a lot for him and Aki's that they're willing to pitch a 17-year-old centre-back into the Premiership. Got to be applauded. We hope others follow suit.
Andorra with their first opportunity to try and send this one into the Scotland box. The referee not happy with what he's seeing here from Scotland defence, sort of linking arms almost to form a barrier at the edge of the 18-yard box.
I think Kyle Joseph's trying to protest his innocence. Guerrero just causing problems between Joseph and Hamilton.
And the referee once again not happy with what he's seeing in there, and he'll be pulling 2 players aside. It is Kyle Joseph.
Not really sure what Joseph's meant to have done there.
Certainly didn't look too much in it. Finally, will this ball go into Scotland box? It does. The referee watching eagerly to make sure there was no infringements. And there wasn't, as Archie Mayer clears that one into the Andorra half. Patterson gets his head up, fires it towards Kyle Joseph. He's flicked it on well, trying to find Jack Burrows, who was heading into the box, but Andorra maybe not the cleanest of play, but they managed to get it clear.
Yeah, it was a good flick on and good advanced run. Might get a bit of joy out of that.
Maxwell, like the man at the other side, also a Rangers youngster, both positive looking fullbacks.
Rangers look well served at fullback for the future of the 2 of them and to go by. Obviously a massive gulf to jump up to first team level, but certainly a lot of potential.
Well, Kai Kennedy was unable to keep that one in. It will be a throw in. Alonso Guerrero to take. Kieran Dixon up well. It will be another Andorra throw in just further up the line. Well, apart from that Chris Hamilton opportunity where the ball did find the back of the net, but the flag went up. Scotland haven't troubled the Andorran goal too much yet.
No, plenty of the ball, just no cutting edge as of yet. Does look as if it's a rejigged lineup trying to find their feet. Obviously there was a well-established threat the other night.
There's a shot here from range, and it was the number 9 Fernandez who had a go, but that was never troubling Archie Mayer, but just an opening for them.
The poor wee ball boy behind the goal looks absolutely distraught at the thought of running away around for that. Could be a long day for him.
Patterson. Great play by Nathan Patterson. Just running into 2 players there.
Just the 6 fouls there in the lead up to that. Referee did his best to let him go. Good strength, good balance.
The ball back in play. Kai Kennedy now on this left-hand side. Once again running at the Andorran defence. A good ball into the box, but it is cleared. Once again, does look when Scotland are at their most dangerous is when Kai Kennedy at the moment is picking up that ball and running at the Andorran right back.
Yeah, they can't figure out how to pin him down. As you say, every time he gets the ball he's surrounded by 3 people, but it doesn't seem to bother him.
Well, it's his first start at under-19 level. He came off the bench in that 2-2 draw with Andorra during the week. Patterson, Burrows. Back to Chris Hamilton. He and his defensive partner Jamie Hamilton have seen plenty of the ball so far. Kennedy has to check back. Kieran Dixon. Chris Hamilton making his way forward, trying to thread that ball through to Kyle Joseph, but it is blocked. We can try and create something again with Kieran Dixon. Pass it out to James Maxwell, who gets up well, and Kyle Joseph Just tried to get in front of the Andorran defender there and was maybe a bit unlucky to have conceded the foul.
I thought that was harsh. It's like sometimes you're punished for physicality. Didn't do much wrong there. You can see what Scotland are trying to do. That Andorran defence is so compact. Scotland trying to stretch play, switch it from fullback to fullback, get Kennedy involved. Andorra, to be fair, a bit well organised so far. I think we're really looking at those two Kennedy crosses, aren't we? There's not been anything else.
Iker with the long ball forward. James Maxwell just getting underneath that one, but it will roll out for a goal kick. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Archie Mayer taking that one quickly to Chris Hamilton.
I like that about Archie Mayer. He doesn't dither on the ball. He's always looking to distribute it quickly. He seems comfortable whether it's from hand or feet.
Kennedy once again looking to cause danger. Dean Campbell back to Chris Hamilton. Nathan Patterson not being afforded the space he would like down this right hand side. Trying to clip it over into the path of Kieran Dixon. It will be Patterson to take the resulting throw in. Fiorini. Hamilton. Maxwell. Does well to find Kyle Joseph. Back to James Maxwell. Just crowded out at the edge of the box. And Andorra certainly getting the numbers back there. It's good calm play at the back.
That's why you want a centre back who's comfortable on the ball. For situations exactly like that, we'll play Jamie Hamilton.
Dixon, once again, Scotland just unable to break through that Andorran defence in midfield.
They have done well to get 9 outfield players behind the ball very, very quickly whenever Scotland have it. So, as you say, Scotland very comfortable in possession at the back through Dean Campbell. This is just where it starts to get clogged up in this final third.
Campbell, whose pass has gone astray, but Nathan Patterson recovers well. But once again, I think when the heads go up in that Scotland defence to see who's available, I'm just seeing a sea of red at the moment. That's a good pass through the lines by Dean Campbell. Lewis Fiorini just unable to hold on to it. Bernat Bonnell comes away, but he gives the ball away to Scotland. And Kieran Dixon strides past one man, plays it out to Kai Kennedy. A bit more space for him now. Onto his left foot, dinks it into the box. But it's an easy catch really for Iker.
Just the right height for the goalkeeper, but again, Kennedy finds a way to wriggle free and get the ball in.
Well, Andorra maybe thought they saw a bit of an opening there, and as soon as they gave a ball away, they realised they didn't quite have the numbers back that they normally do. Scotland unable to capitalise. Maxwell, Kennedy flicks that one over into the path of Kyle Joseph. A frustrating afternoon for him so far, with so many Andorra players around him.
That could be a tough shift up there, but I suppose that's part of the development process as well. Fraser Hornby would say the same for the 21s. If you're going to be the focal point, there's going to be spells in the game where it doesn't quite happen for you. Just have to keep plugging away.
Kai Kennedy, probably the smallest player on the pitch, but winning a header. Patterson. Over to Jack Burrows. Hasn't had too much of an opportunity so far. Does well to twist and turn away from his man, and it's forward to Nathan Patterson. He just can't keep that one in play. Well, Nathan Patterson saying after that game on Wednesday night that a player that he draws a lot of inspiration from is James Tavernier, and you can see the resemblance between the two at times.
Yeah, you can, certainly going forward. He's always looking for the ball, doesn't matter whether it's in a tight situation or not. His delivery is more often than not on point. So no, it's not a bad comparison. I'm sure James Tavernier wouldn't mind it either.
Maxwell. Kennedy hugging this touchline. Inside for Dean Campbell. Manages to direct it into the path of Chris Hamilton. Patterson now coming inside. Dixon. Chance for Jack Burrows to deliver. He does into a dangerous area. It's taken 2 Andorran heads to clear that. Scotland once again winning the ball back straight away. James Maxwell, the ball over to Burrows. A nice switch of play it was there.
You can see why they're doing it, because the switch of play is freeing Kennedy up, and there he is again, isolated in the left, no one near him. Andorra just looking a bit more ragged now.
A wee bit of a mix-up in defence there for them, but it's fallen kindly to the goalkeeper Iker, who'll happily pick that one up. Well, it is a crowded Andorra half a lot of the time, and whenever the likes of Lewis Fiorini and Kieran Dixon have got onto the ball, they've not had any real chance to try and create so far. Fullbacks in Maxwell and Patterson seeing a lot of the ball, as is Kai Kennedy.
1, 2, 3 players around them again.
As you mentioned there, a chance to switch the play as Dixon brings it in. Burrows now. It was falling to Dean Campbell at the edge of the box. It's now Patterson who skips by one. Was making his way into the box, and that is right on the line. It will be a free kick to Scotland. Nathan Patterson in a really advanced position and doing well to win Scotland a free kick.
Yeah, probably the right call from the referee again. Must have been tight towards the edge of the box, but good positive play from Patterson on both feet. Real chance now for Scotland.
A couple of players lingering with interest, but it is Kai Kennedy that's putting the ball down. One of these ones that's very close in. Players would maybe prefer it a few yards back just to try and get the chance to get it up and over the wall.
Kennedy seems to be winning this tug of war. Everyone else has given up. I think the Andorrans might have to retreat just a little bit.
Kai Kennedy looking for his first goal for the Under-19s in just his second appearance, first start. The referee Igor Pajak has been keeping a keen eye on things at set pieces, as he will do here. Kai Kennedy steps up to take, curls one over the wall, and that's just gone into the side netting.
Could have been far away.
Well, a good effort from Kai Kennedy. We've seen him take free kicks for Rangers youth teams and reserves. That one just going the wrong side of the post. Certainly a lot of positive signs for Scotland so far in these opening stages.
Yeah, they've been patient. Happy to play the ball around at the back. They're not really trying to force it.
So that's going to be the first yellow card of the game. Chris Hamilton cleared the ball and was taken out late by Rosas Ubach. He stayed down, Chris Hamilton.
That looked a sore one.
He is back on his feet. Physios aren't required. He's happy to play on.
Chris didn't really make a meal of it. Sure, find a way to even things out.
Dixon dropping deep this time. James Maxwell. It was Dean Campbell that was dropping the deepest out of the central midfielders in the early stages. Now it's Dixon trying to venture forward. Campbell. Good ball out to Kai Kennedy. Scotland trying to get the ball to him, and he plays it into James Maxwell. He cuts it back inside. He's just unable to find a Scotland shirt in there. But another good opening for Scotland, creating something in these wide areas.
Yeah, and Kennedy did well again. I mean, he's hugged the touchline so far. That time he was happy to cut in on his right, open things up that way. And you could see the 2 or 3 defenders he has round about him, they weren't quite sure where to go with him or to pass it on to teammates. So good to see Kennedy mix it up.
Kai Kennedy and James Maxwell, both products of the Rangers Youth Academy. They're Two of the 4 Rangers players in this lineup, Kieran Dixon in there, as well as Nathan Patterson.
They're well represented just now across the age levels. A lot of good work being done. Sorry.
Dixon, Patterson. Calm play by Scotland in a tight area as the Andorran bodies shift backwards. Kennedy having to explore different options every time he gets on the ball. Burrows skips by his man, does well there, Jack Burrows, and it's into Kyle Joseph, but he just can't get a telling touch.
Burrows did do well to hurdle his opponent there. He saw that one coming, but he still had to jump. Joseph not far off.
Jack Burrows' younger brother, also part of the Scotland youth setup. He's an under-17 cap himself. George Burrows, the younger brother. Hamilton getting his body in a good position and winning the free kick for Scotland.
That goes back to what I was saying earlier about Chris Hamilton being quite streetwise. That was a Stephen Presley special. Any time the striker comes anywhere near you.
I think Andorra will be happy with the way that they've set up so far. They've frustrated Scotland.
Yeah, the goalkeeper's not been overly tested. That would be the biggest issue for Scotland so far. For all the possession we've had, for the 2 or 3 decent chances we've carved out through Kennedy on the left, goalkeeper hasn't been overly worked.
That ball surely went out of play and the flag goes up. Will be a throw in to Scotland.
One thing you would say is that Joseph and Fiorini certainly aren't shirking it. They're putting in the graft, just haven't had their reward yet. And you know, looking at the bench, the kind of threat we have to bring on.
Well, Fiorini looks to be playing more and more advanced as the game goes on. He's right up there with Kyle Joseph at the moment. Well, that is a late challenge on Kai Kennedy. Castro Pratt, you'd be surprised if the referee doesn't go to his pocket here for the second time in the game.
Terrible tackle, you heard that. You shouldn't be able to hear the contact from this far away.
Maybe just a sign that Kai Kennedy is frustrating these Andorran defenders.
I think he's just aptly named.
I'm saying nothing.
Probably for the best.
Kai Kennedy won the free kick and he's to take as well. A crowded box that he'll curl this one into. And it's a header there and it's just over the bar from Jack Burrows. A good opportunity there and the goalkeeper had come for it. He was in no man's land. Jack Burrows got up well but could only put it onto the roof of the net.
Yeah, different type of delivery again from Kennedy. Swung in this time. Burrows met it well, just off target. As you say, the goalkeeper all over the place there, without wanting to further upset the goalkeepers union. Maybe something to build on.
I think as long as you're kind to Archie Mayer, you might be alright.
To be fair, all I think we said was that he didn't know much about it. If they're training goalkeepers to save the ball with their face these days, then it's moved on. Fair play.
As long as the ball doesn't hit the back of the net,
Correct.
You've done your job.
You're quite right.
Maxwell. Kai Kennedy. Well, maybe be happy to run it. Castro Pratt, who's the right winger. Also Alonso Guerrero, the two that are doubling up on Kai Kennedy every single time he gets the ball.
It's a good test for him as well. I mean, I'm sure he's not used to I'm sure he is used to being thumped the way he plays. Needs to respond the right way and keep doing what he was doing, not shy away.
Alonso Guerrero clears for Archie Mayer.
It's been a familiar pattern now. Scotland, loads of possession, work the ball into the final third. Andorra move it clear. Just need to find a way to break through.
Yeah, Andorra not seeming too keen on trying to create much when they get on the ball, just happy to send it long.
They are working hard. You can see every man behind the ball asking questions of Scotland. A
very rigid looking 4-4-2 shape from them. It's Dixon spreads the ball out wide. Burrows takes it down well. Finds Nathan Patterson trying to touch that one inside. Maybe just unlucky, too much on it. Burrows. Joseph had his back to goal. He felt he was fouled, and the free kick will now be given the other way.
I think you can tell by the crowd reaction here. Not a popular decision. Not the first time that Joseph's been penalised for very, very little.
Well, Igor Pashak, the referee, seemed to suggest that he had his arms round the Andorran player there, but I'm not sure how he managed that with his back to him.
Kennedy wasn't. Kennedy's still lurking with intent on the left. Patterson wasn't far off, sorry, on the right hand side there. It's good that he's committing defenders the way he is, because that theoretically should free up space for Fury in it, or Joseph up front. And that's another
late
one.
challenge on Kai Kennedy.
So
it's going to be
cynical.
a third booking for Andorra. This one for Alonso Guerrero, and that was cynical on Kai Kennedy. Scythe down.
The referee's almost apologising to Kennedy. Really needs to get a grip of this right hand side of the Andorran defence. They just do not have an answer, is it? I'm sure he won't thank them for it when he's black and blue tomorrow morning, but there is a compliment in there somewhere.
I mean, a positive you can take from it is they'll now be running at a right midfielder and a right back who are both on a yellow card.
He could definitely look to take advantage of that. You can see the two, Andorran, the right back and right midfielder, looking at each other just now, not quite sure who has to get tight.
Fiorini.
Wonder if they'll be forced into a change.
Out to Nathan Patterson. Hamilton. Burrows. Campbell thought about going long to Kai Kennedy there. Fiorini. No foul, says the referee. Waves play on.
Robust, is that the best way to describe Andorra so far?
I think that's a good word.
That's a very diplomatic word.
3 yellow cards to Scotland's none. Kieran Dixon's gone down off the ball as Dean Campbell lines up a shot from outside the box. He does like them on that left foot, just couldn't find the target.
Yeah, Dixon just bundled over pretty unceremoniously.
Dean Campbell yet to score at this level in his 5th under-19th appearance. He does have a goal for Aberdeen though, scored against Livingston in December.
A lot of potential. Says a lot that he's had so much game time at Aberdeen for his age.
Well, he was the first male performance school graduate to make his club debut as Andorra come into the box here, twisting and turning. But that's good defensive work by Kieran Dixon, getting back into the box and making sure it's cleared. Once again, Andorra looking to come forward. Just being shepherded into a tight area by Nathan Patterson and Dean Campbell. It's James Maxwell. Tries to send it long up to Kai Kennedy, and it's a good looking ball. And he's passed Alonso Guerrero. He's done very well into the box, cuts it back, and a bit of pinball in the penalty area there, and probably quite lucky Andorra that that's ended up in the hands of Ikea.
Guerrero's all over the place. He didn't know what to do with Kennedy there. You could see him get tight and think about taking him down, taking one for the team, and then realise that he's walking that tightrope now.
It really goes one of two ways when Kai Kennedy gets in the ball. He's either getting past the right midfielder and the right back, or he's being scythed down.
Now big bad Chris Hamilton punished.
Free kick to Andorra, around 30 to 35 yards from goal. Had a couple of chances from this range to try and land one on top of the Scotland defence. No luck so far for them.
It's the same old shoving match in the middle. Referee might have to intervene again, he's certainly watching. Guerrero's always in the thick of it. Sure enough.
The watchful eye of Igor Pashak, making sure that there's no infringements in the Scotland box.
Yeah, it's Joseph and Guerrero again that's attracting his attention.
It's floated into a very dangerous area. Scotland may be getting away with one there because it bounced just past Archie Mair's post.
And a real let-off. I don't think we've mentioned the Andorrans in the final third once. Maybe just a wake-up.
It was a good delivery in to a dangerous area. One of those ones that if it evades everyone, it can sometimes bounce in at the back post. Archie Mair happy to see that one.
And it'll
the other side
give
of it.
Andorra a boost as well. You saw the confidence Belarus drew from pulling a goal back the other night. Changed their game completely. Andorra now on the front foot.
Guerrero almost tried to chase down his own throw in there. Not sure I've seen that before.
It's a Sunday League special.
He's gifted that one to Scotland to have a throw in of their own. Expertly taken by James Maxwell. Patterson looks up towards Burrows, who has a bit of space to run into, but he's closed down quickly. He's done very well. Jack Burrows does go out for an Andorran throw-in.
Yeah, for all we've talked about Kennedy in the left, Burrows has certainly made headway in the right. Good to have that threat on either side. Keep them guessing.
That throw in a bit better from Andorra than the last. It's the balls.
You're not having this one at all, are you? Want to watch, to rewind on YouTube later.
Patterson now to throw in front of that Scotland bench. Jamie Hamilton, James Maxwell. Seen plenty of the ball in his Scotland Under-19s debut. Kennedy back to Maxwell. Trying to thread that one through, but it's cleared by Alonso Guerrero. He's telling his teammate to get tighter on Kai Kennedy as Fiorini tries to dance past 3 or 4 bodies that were surrounding him. Once again, Andorra clear, and Scotland having to start again. Campbell, the switch of play, not quite what he wanted.
Yeah, you can see he's frustrated. That's a couple of times he's done that now. He's better than that. One of the few starters though again. Must be a case of tired legs.
Header was won by Jack Burrows and a late foul given there by the referee. A yellow card as well for Jack Burrows. He certainly took his time to even blow the whistle there, Igor Pashak. But he's decided it's not only a foul but a yellow card as well for the Coventry winger. As the physios come on to give Fernandez treatment.
And what's the message for Scotland at this point? Probably just to stay patient, try and get bodies closer to Joseph. Certainly, you know, when Burrows or Kennedy get the ball, more often than not today they've found their man, or at least put the ball into good areas. So maybe just needs a couple of players aside from Joseph to gamble on that delivery.
Well, it was a more positive first half than second half against Belarus on Wednesday night. Billy Stark will be hoping it's the opposite this afternoon. A lot of the ball, but nothing to show for it yet, Scotland, as the ball is whipped into their box. Archie Mair commanding, no doubt about it.
Very confident.
Patterson looks at his best when he's striding forward, but just can't thread that pass through. Dean Campbell can't make the challenge. It's a shot from range and a fantastic save by Archie Mair. Andorra troubling him for the first time, and he's answered the call.
Yep, that's the first real bit of quality from Andorra. Archie Mair's been heavily involved, but it's been dealing with tame punts up the park, but certainly alive there. Alert, did really tip over.
I think there's a lot is to be said for a goalkeeper that doesn't have much to do and is called upon. Archie Mair doing well there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's twice now they've threatened in the last 5 to 10 minutes. So again, Scotland have to be alive to it.
No loss of concentration from Archie Mayer. Scotland look to defend this corner. It's curled in. Kyle Joseph got the head on it, and it's fallen to the back post, and a real chance for Andorra here, and it's blocked on the line, and another real chance.
Well done, Chris Hamilton.
Chris Hamilton in the right place at the right time. He knew what he was doing. He knew they were in danger. Positioned himself well and managed to clear that one.
Yeah, looked in all the way. Very well done, Chris Hamilton.
Before half-time, a few worrying signs for Scotland. Tested at the back now.
Well, you have to say, for all we've talked about Scotland dominating and the positive aspects of our play, you say the best opportunities or the closest run things have come from Andorra. Certainly that's the closest either team's come to scoring.
Billy Stark maybe looking forward to half-time to just get his message across to these players. Campbell looking for Kai Kennedy. The most space he's had out on this left-hand side, but straight away closed down.
You can see they are really wary now about putting a foot in.
Campbell. Maxwell. Goes for the low cross, and it will be a corner to Scotland. Kai Kennedy and James Maxwell have been linking up well down this left-hand side. Most of the dangerous balls into the box have come from this near side. Kennedy to take. He goes short to Kieran Dixon. Curls that one in. Iker is up there. And he gathers at the second attempt. Just no one really attacking it there for Scotland. Kyle Joseph, maybe the one that was closest to it. Alonso Guerrero on this right hand side for Andorra to take the throw in. Do have a few bodies forward now. Maybe a bit of confidence instilled after a few close efforts. Kennedy skipping away from his man. Can't keep the ball in play.
Thought Guerrero was clumsy again there with the leg he had hanging out. He had to watch himself. He's given away throw-in duties. Must have taken your advice.
Well, 1 minute added on in this first half. And it's a strike. And he caught it well. It was Carlos Bazan on his right foot.
He did catch it well. It's a difficult one to hit. Keep it down.
One of those ones that maybe could have caught Archie Mayer off guard. Probably wasn't expecting the shot to come away.
Well, as you say, his concentration levels have been good so far. Another example of that.
Maxwell to Fiorini. Hamilton gets it back from Burrows. Patterson, 2 men on him straight away. And that is the half-time whistle here at the C&G System Stadium. And it's Scotland 0, Andorra 0 as we go into the break. And well, there has been positives for Scotland to take in this one, but Andorra really coming into that game at the end of the half.
Yeah, they did. We talked at length about Scotland were comfortable in possession. They were doing all right things. They were patient. They were a threat out wide, but Andorra with the better chances.
Scotland starting brightly, but Archie Mayer tested on more than one occasion in the closing stages. Kai Kennedy looking a threat throughout.
He was, and I think you have to highlight his bravery, because how many times was he dumped on his backside? He was comfortable on either foot, good balance, good strength, and dangerous deliveries, whether it was driven across the box or clipped in. So if Scotland are going to do something, good chance it's going to come through him.
It's just been a frustrating half, you'd say, for Kyle Joseph, who's been isolated up there. Lewis Fiorini's tried to getting about them and give some support, but just too many Andorran bodies there when Scotland have tried to get forward.
Yeah, it's difficult to be critical of Fiorini or Joseph because they have worked so hard, but you are also conscious of a look on the bench and you see the firepower there between McPake and Mabudi. So there are options for Scotland.
Yeah, that'll be something that Billy Stark will certainly be looking to. What do you think the message will be at this halfway stage?
I think it'll be twofold. They've got to stay patient. There's no point in trying to force it, and that's one thing they have done well so far. But I think just trying to get bodies closer to Fiorini or Joseph when they do knock the ball down. It's maybe been the one thing that's lacking so far. But no, not too much wrong.
Scotland side will need to be careful because they did take a 2-0 lead against Belarus on Wednesday and allowed Belarus to get back into the game. Maybe signs of that in this. No goals to show for it, but they were the brighter side, and Andorra looked to be creating a bit of danger towards the end of the game as the substitutes are out there warming up. Many of them, I'm sure, will be eager to get out onto the pitch. A few of them started the game against Belarus on Wednesday night. Dapo Mabudi around the halfway line there, just warming up, did bag himself a goal from the penalty spot. It was Josh McPake that won the penalty on that night for him, his Rangers teammate.
Yeah, they linked up really well. Got to think they'll be introduced at some stage.
Well, plenty of Rangers representation there. As we said, the four that are there in the starting lineup, Dapo Mabudi, Josh McPake. It just shows that that's something that Rangers have focused heavily on in the past few years, is getting those youth products through, and it's now showing the rewards in the Scotland youth system as well.
Yeah, the hard bit for these guys is that they can do all they can to get these boys through at the younger levels. The big jumps obviously into the first team, but all they can do is give Stephen Gerrard and the first team staff options.
Well, it has been Scotland 0, Andorra 0 is the half-time score in this one so far. And what about this? This time next week, the Scottish Cup second round will be underway following the Friday night game between Bonnyrigg Rose and Buckie Thistle, which is live on BBC Scotland. Take a look back at the best bits from the first round as we look ahead to another big weekend of action and upsets. Scotland 0, Andorra 0, the half-time score here from the C&G System Stadium in Dumbarton. I can bring you the latest from the other game in this group as well. Half-time between Germany and Belarus at Capello, and Germany 4-1 up in that game. So as it stands, with the results the way they are, Germany top of the group with 6 points out of 6. Scotland would be on 2 points, with Belarus and Andorra both on 1. But with Belarus and Andorra playing each other on the final day and Scotland playing Germany, it is vital that Scotland get all 3 points here today.
Yeah, it's difficult because you want the players to relax and play the normal game, but in a tournament situation that definitely comes into it. They won't need reminding that they need to get in front, and obviously the change has been made with that in mind.
Yep, Dapo Mabudi comes on for Scotland. 4 goals he's got at this level in 9 appearances. They'll be looking to make sure that he can grab another here and send Scotland on their way to victory.
Certainly represents a different kind of threat for Andorra.
He's just having to go across the far side to officially be substituted on.
Just to come back on again.
And it will be Kyle Joseph, the Wigan forward, that will make way. Crowded out really in that Andorra penalty box when Scotland were getting forward. And Dapo Mabudi comes on, and as you say, a different type of challenge for that Andorran defence to deal with.
I don't think you can accuse Joseph of a lack of effort. He just didn't have that much support round about him. Didn't really get a sighted goal.
Well, Bazan gets us back underway. Andorra finishing the half strongly after Scotland looked the better side in the early stages of the half. I'm sure Billy Stark has put his message across during the break as the ball switched out to Kai Kennedy. And he did thank Jack Burrows for their idea, but just too much on it.
Scotland got a bit of success in the first half from switching play, trying to stretch that Andorran defence, who were so compact and so rigid, and I think that's really what did for Joseph in the end.
I'm sure they'll be more than happy to get the ball out to Kai Kennedy more often. It worked well in that first half. He was just unable to make the real breakthrough. A few balls into the box, taken down a few times as well. It's Nathan Patterson takes the throw in on this near side to Kieran Dixon. Burrows first time back to Patterson, inside to Dean Campbell. Scotland starting this half much like they did the first half, giving a few different players a touch of the ball. Ball clipped over the top for Ubach to chase, and he keeps it in. Be looking to do something here with Carlos Bazan. Curling ball into the box. I think Jamie Hamilton didn't quite hear the shout there from Archie Mayer.
Yeah, maybe after the other night, Jamie Hamilton taking no chances. Safety first.
Kai Kennedy skips into the box. Past another challenge, Kai Kennedy, and he goes down. And Igor Pashak says no penalty.
Kennedy's reaction says a lot there, can't believe it.
Well, he has been a target for some pretty tasty challenges so far, Kai Kennedy. The referee's seeing nothing with that one as he made his way into the box. Scotland did get 1 penalty midweek against Belarus. Josh McPake saying after the game that he felt he should have had another late in the game.
I think already you can see the switch. Dapo's dropping closer to that side as well, just doubling up the threat. We mentioned earlier the right back and the right midfielder already on a booking, scared to overcommit themselves.
Kennedy does well to create space for himself, and Lewis Fiorini was in there. He challenged for it, and it will be a corner to Scotland, but once again down that left hand side, Kai Kennedy causing some real danger.
I think his best delivery so far have been the low driven ones. If you can keep getting in that position, got to think something's going to come of it.
Ball played short to Mabudi. The back heel wasn't quite on. James Maxwell out to Mabudi. A few early touches for him after coming off the bench. Fiorini clips that one towards the back post. Chris Hamilton was showing interest. Iker gathers up. Will send this one long. Maxwell to Kennedy. Linking up well, the two Rangers men. Jamie Hamilton to Chris Hamilton. And Dean Campbell, who maybe faded out of that first half, sorry. After a lot of early touches, it's cut back into the path of Jack Burrows. Tried to square that one again after he was played in. Iker got out quickly to smother it.
Just get the sense it's coming. Scotland keep asking the right questions.
Dixon heads forward, but it's taken down by Bernat Bonnell. Out to Castro Pratt, one of the 3 Andorra players on a yellow card.
That's been a bright start to the second half for Scotland. Just need to take advantage, try and work that keeper. It's the one thing that's been missing.
Iker with not too much to do in terms of actually having to make saves. Archie Mayer has been the busier goalkeeper in that respect, although Iker certainly had a lot more touches. Oh, and that was a dangerous ball back across the face of goal, and Andorra with a chance here, and it's another good save from Archie Mayer. Alert once again as the ball comes to the edge of the box. The strike from Gomez, and it will be a free kick to Scotland. But once again, Andorra getting forward and challenging that Scotland goal.
Yeah, just in case Fraser Stewart's listening, he definitely meant that save. Great reaction stop. Just a bit slack at the back. Almost punished for it.
But Ubak with the first effort there.
From that range, great stop from Archie Mayer. Though you have to say the shot was far too central with the whole goal to aim at.
Scotland now looking to do something at the other end. James Maxwell with a throw in. Mabudi does well on the turn. Mabudi, he has a strike. His first effort on goal since coming off the bench. He's looking lively, but that one just by the post.
We talked about it when he came on, different kind of questions for the Andorran defence. Dapperson with that low centre of gravity, happy to take the ball in, spin his man, get a shot away. Joseph maybe more of an orthodox target man.
Nathan Patterson, touch going straight to Ubak. He wins it back well, Patterson.
Yeah, recovered well there.
Campbell. Very vocal, this Andorran side.
We knew that from the anthem.
Mabudi drifting into this wide area. Coming up with the same issues that Kai Kennedy has had, in that he's crowded out, but he's done well to win the corner.
And Andorra are obviously happy just to let Scotland have the ball deep. And Dean Campbell's got all the time he wants every time he has the ball.
Ball floated into the box, headed away by Bernat Bonnell. Kai Kennedy clips this one in towards Jack Burrows.
There we go.
And that one finds the back of the net. Kai Kennedy with the cross from the left hand side. Jack Burrows with the header. Scotland 1, Andorra 0.
How many times have we seen Kai Kennedy drive down the left, whip the ball in? They've been living on borrowed time, Andorra. Finally Scotland have their reward.
Well, it was Kai Kennedy that took the original corner that was headed away by Bernat Bonnell. Once again, Scotland bodies making sure they got to the ball first. Great cross by Kai Kennedy, and Jack Burrows guiding that one into the corner past Iker. Scotland on their way.
Good run and powerful header from Burrows. Kai Kennedy just takes up good positions, as we say, good balance, good change of pace, and there's been variety to his delivery, and it's paid off.
Well, a second goal at under-19 level for Jack Burrows in his 5th appearance. Scored in a 3-1 win against Turkey in March, and now he's put Scotland 1-0 up against Andorra, as Igor Pashak asks for this to be retaken.
That changed the complexion of the game completely, because Andorra now have to push out. That's been Scotland's issue so far, has been how deep they are, how hard it has been to break them down. Interesting to see what happens now with Kennedy and Dapple getting a bit more space.
Well, the hope is for Billy Stark that is the floodgates open, but Andorra have shown signs of danger in this game, so Scotland will need to be wary.
I was going to say, we've been here before this week. Never a foul.
Scotland were away there, but Igor Pashak pulling the ball back for a foul by Dapple Mabudi.
This is when we show the replay and the ref's going to be spot on, but I thought it was strong from Dapple. He's getting a bit of treatment now off Andorra. He knows just to ignore that.
Just having a polite conversation with Joan Torres. Igor Pashak telling the two of them to calm down. But he has made a difference so far in the 10 minutes he's been on, Dapple Mabudi.
He's powerful, he's quick, he's got a good touch. There's a lot to like about him. Good attitude as well.
That ball not making it into the Scotland box, but a second opportunity for this to be played in. Kai Kennedy with space in front of him, but once again Andorran players on him straight away, and his pass forward towards Dapple Mabudi wasn't quite on. Torres plays it straight to Jack Burrows, takes it down, tries to find Lewis Fiorini, Manchester City youth product, but he's blocked off well. He has impressed at younger age levels, Lewis Fiorini. Under 16s, 3 appearances and 3 goals. Under 17s, 3 appearances and 2 goals. Unable to threaten too much today though.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him get a chance to miss, to see what his finishing's like. He's done a lot of unselfish work today. Just not quite had sight at goal. But he is getting a bit closer to Dapple Mabudi. Time yet.
Be back recovering after not really knowing where the ball was. Fernandez, well tackled by Nathan Patterson. He was fouled by Ubak. Pleads his innocence. Hamilton to Kai Kennedy. Chases the ball down after losing it. Campbell.
You just wonder whether, as the game rolls on, whether Kennedy will be withdrawn just to save him for Germany. But I suppose the longer it remains at 1-0, the more anxious you are to see it out.
Probably has played a lot more senior football than many of the others. Dean Campbell is wearing the captain's armband today. Patterson, that's a nice flick by Burrows into the path of Patterson, and tries to play it back into Burrows. He recovers well and wins it. Thought about a strike at goal, but he goes to find Kai Kennedy. Mabudi onto that right foot, sliding challenge and a free kick at the edge of the box for Scotland.
That's another sore one. It's another clumsy lunge.
Well, Igor Pashak keeping his cards in his pocket this time, it looks like.
Brave from Dapple, because he must have known he was going to get thumped there. The opposition again in his face, trying to rile him up.
Yeah, not the cleverest of challenges. The referee just calling over Dapple Mabudi and Eric de las Heras Izquierdo.
Nicely done. Not sure what Dapple's meant to have done wrong there. Still they're trying to noise him up.
Well, it's Jack Burrows that's placing the ball down. Kai Kennedy showing interest as well. Kennedy's free kick in the first half hitting the side netting. Burrows with a goal to his name looks as if he's the one that will take this with his right foot.
Just keep your eyes on Dapo there, all over him.
Oh, he's tight on Mark Rodriguez Trave.
Hands up. I think that's the point the referee's making.
Jack Burrows looking for his second of the game. Up and over the wall, and over the goal, and out of the stadium as well.
Yeah, he just couldn't get it up and down.
I say out of the stadium, I'm maybe doing him a bit of a disservice. That fence is about 7 feet tall. But you can see that Dapo Mabudi has maybe riled a few of these Andorra players up with his lively efforts since coming off the bench.
Similar to Kennedy, it's a compliment if you get under the skin of people. A hard boy to pin down.
It's now Fernandez who tries to curl one. It's off Dean Campbell as Burrows tries to play away. Maybe got a bit lucky with the bounce off the ball. Andorra showing that they're certainly not going to lie down after going behind. Kieran Dixon, great play by Kieran Dixon, and that will be another free kick for Scotland. And quite amazingly, Kieran Dixon, I think, has he won the free kick but also been booked? Is that right?
That seems to be the case.
I think he was taken down.
He was the one being pulled.
He was taken down, but Igor Plaszak not happy with his follow through after he was grounded. As we see this here, 2 men on him. Well, he has given the free kick to Scotland.
Chris Hamilton and Dean Campbell are bewildered.
Not often you see that, but it was the follow through. He was stretching for the ball after he was pulled down. And it's Eric de las Heras Izquierdo who's getting treatment on the ground at the moment.
I was about to say before he got on the ball, but Dixon's probably flown under the radar today. He's covered a lot of ground. He's done a lot of the simple things well. He's picked up where Mark Leonard left off.
Well, he was another player that came off the bench in Wednesday's draw with Belarus. Getting a lot more game time today. Play is restarted by Dixon. That was certainly one of the more bizarre instances I've seen on a football pitch.
Just to go along with your throw-in from earlier on. We've seen a few things today. Still time yet.
Hopefully we will also be seeing a Scotland win and 3 points. As Chris Hamilton gets on the ball. Campbell dropping in deep between the 2 centre-backs. And a Hamilton sandwich back there.
Andorra not really showing any signs of advancing, or they maybe just think they can nick a goal. To be fair, they could have done it 3 times in the first half, so maybe why change it?
Dixon. Kennedy calling for it on the left-hand side. It's gone to Maxwell. Kennedy keeping it in play. Campbell, the play switched quickly from left to right. Patterson to Fiorini. Campbell inside to Kai Kennedy, who's drifted over. His pass deflected into the path of Patterson. Campbell dinks that one in, and it was Kai Kennedy who just couldn't get his foot on it. It was a nice idea.
Yeah, really clever clipped ball from Campbell, and an equally good run from Kennedy. Dean Campbell always playing with his head up, perfectly measured pass, just beyond Kennedy. Hard one to take, right enough.
Well, the introduction of Dapo Mabudi has seen Kai Kennedy maybe float about the pitch a bit more. Dapo Mabudi had moved over to that left-hand side to allow Kennedy to take up that central position. Stretched for it.
Yeah, it's definitely worked. Good reshuffle from Billy Stark.
Alonso Guerrero to take this throw in. As David Rodrigo, the Andorra coach, watches on. Fiorini, Mabudi. Good battling by Dean Campbell.
Strong from Campbell, that's the other side of his game.
Patterson with the strike. Good save, and it's Dapo Mabudi. And it's closed down well by Iker at the second attempt. He couldn't hold on to Nathan Patterson's strike. And as Dapo Mabudi lurked down on goal, Iker made himself big.
It should have been 2-0 there. Maybe give the goalkeeper credit for being brave to charge Dapo down, make the angle difficult. Could so easily have been 2-0.
Kennedy crosses that one in. It's evaded a few bodies. It's Jamie Hamilton, and that is brilliant feet from the centre back in the middle of the box. Jamie Hamilton shifts it onto his left foot, low into the goal. Scotland 2, Andorra 0. Scotland on their way to victory.
And deserved plaudits for two players who have had such a big part to play today. Kennedy again, heads always up, good driven delivery. And for all Hamilton was maybe to blame the other day for being too casual on the edge of the box. This is where you see the composure come in handy. For a centre back to produce a composed finish like this, credit to him. He didn't panic, didn't snatch at it. How about that? Great balance, two good feet. Well done, Jamie Hamilton.
Well, we have seen him appear for the Hamilton first team 3 times so far this season, and one of the features is certainly that he is comfortable with the ball at his feet. Normally shows that at the edge of his own box, not quite 12 yards from the opposition goal, but he did extremely well there. And he grabs his first goal at Scotland Under-19 level in his 4th appearance.
And now surely Andorra will have to push up, and you can see a bit of a reshuffle now on the Scotland bench.
Well, Dapo Mabudi was booked following the goal. He has been noised up a couple of times by Andorra players. As Torres stops Mabudi from getting to that one and heads it out. Iker, the goalkeeper, also booked for his part in it. With 25 minutes to go, Scotland's tails will be up.
Just wonder whether they might take off Dean Campbell and give him a rest. He's done well over the 2 games.
Kennedy with the strike from distance. And well, the amount of times he's caused them problems by going down onto his left foot and crossing it in, this time taking a different option, cutting onto his right, going for that far top corner. As we have a look at it back, not too far away.
Keeper scrambling.
Well, it's that time. Substitutions for both sides. Joan Guardia Toste coming on for Alonso Guerrero, who has been booked. Kai Kennedy's been running at him all day, so no surprise to see him go off.
Guerrero's head will be spinning until tomorrow.
And Billy Stark making 2 changes. Jack Burrows will be the first player to come off. And on comes Josh McPake, the Rangers youngster on loan at Dundee. And on comes Sonny Blue Low Everton. Got to be one of my favourite names in the Scotland youth system. That'll be Lewis Fiorini to make way for him.
Yeah, selfless shift from him.
Well, his first appearance at Under-19 level, Sonny Blue Low Everton, the Watford midfielder. He's made 5 appearances for Scotland's Under-17s, now making the step up. Kennedy back to Maxwell, clips it through, very nicely done to Kennedy. Once again on the ball, 3 Andorran players around him.
67 minutes and they finally won the ball off him.
I think if I was to ask you for your man of the match at this stage, you wouldn't have to do too much in the way of thinking.
That's too obvious. Better give it to Archie Mayer after the other night.
Patterson. Chris Hamilton to Jamie Hamilton. Well, Scotland can be afforded the time to Pass the ball around the back at 2-0 up. Josh McPake, a real feature of his game, like Kai Kennedy, is running at players.
If you look at the options Scotland now have in terms of running directly at that Andorran defence between McPake, Patterson, Kennedy, Dapo, certainly asks a few questions in the Andorrans, especially if they are going to push out. Although there's no signs of that so far.
Well, in the other game in this group, Germany 6-1 up against Belarus. That would be Germany home and hosed through to the elite rounds. Scotland, with a win here, would put them in a very good position.
Scotland will be kicking themselves because it was a real opportunity missed to put Belarus to bed.
Free kick given there on a challenge on Dean Campbell. The Andorran player's not happy about it, but it looked pretty clear.
Yeah, frustration creeping into the plate.
Well, the way the group stands at the moment, with Germany winning 6-1 and Scotland winning 2-0, it would have to be a hefty goal swing for Scotland not to grab that second place. As a free kick is conceded down in that corner. 20 minutes to go. Well, Josh McPake did make his impact in that game during the week. He won the penalty that put Scotland 2-0 up. Already seen early signs of him trying to cause the Andorran defence problems as they come forward themselves. Cross into the box. Dealt with by Jamie Hamilton. Taking his time on the ball, winning a free kick.
Good composure again. He's just not ruffled.
Billy Stark looking to his bench once again to make his third substitution. It will be Harrison Ashby of West Ham that comes on, a like-for-like replacement for Nathan Patterson, who's worked tirelessly in these two games for Scotland this week.
He has a different side of his game today. It's been more of a support role, less directly involved than the other night. Probably one more to Kennedy being a central figure on the left. But no, another good performance for him.
Billy Stark maybe looking towards the Germany game with that substitution.
Definitely. Good to freshen things up.
A good chance for Harrison Ashby to come on and make an impact. His third appearance for the Scotland Under-19s.
Yeah,
featured in both those friendlies against Japan and Spain earlier in the year.
He's another one that was identified by the performance department, who was really keen to, if memory serves me correctly, was really keen to get up the road and prove himself. Another who I think had some time out with injuries last year.
Another one of the 17-year-olds in this group.
And that is a positive in itself, that you've got a group who can go through two cycles at this level. Good experience.
Ashby with his first involvement. Kai Kennedy dropping deep, playing back to Jamie Hamilton, now Chris Hamilton. Well, it's maybe just damage limitation now for Andorra.
I was just thinking that they do make you earn it. They're still compact, they are still working hard. It's not been a walkover for Scotland by any means. It
could have gone very differently if one of their chances at the end of the first half fell for them. Free kick dipping the wrong side of the post, Archie Mayer having to make a couple of saves as well. Scotland have responded well to that. 2 second half goals has them in a commanding position.
And they're doing exactly the right thing just now, stretching play, composed on the ball.
Dixon out to Kennedy, who so nearly took the ball down, but it comes back to Dixon. He's got a man on him. See the shouts from the Scotland players. Kieran Dixon, well, he won a free kick and then was booked in the aftermath before. Would have been quite bizarre to see it happen again there. He went in for the challenge after the whistle had gone.
You could see that full coming a mile off. Just like that, another late one.
Frustration starting to creep in for the Andorra players. McPake wins a corner.
You think the referee may have gone back to deal with that one. Sure enough, he's having a word.
Albert Rosas Ubach, the man given a ticking off as Scotland take this one quickly. Josh McPake to Kai Kennedy. Dixon, the 3 Rangers men out there combining. Kennedy, Dixon, brilliant play as McPake takes on 3-4 players into the box, no foul given. Just look at the amount of Andorran bodies swarming towards the ball.
Great feet from Hamilton again in a congested area.
Dixon gets the cross away and it'll fall to Jamie Hamilton. Edge of the box for Kai Kennedy. I think Dapo Mabudi maybe wanted that one to fall for him.
Yeah, he was just waiting to pull the trigger.
Maxwell. Chris Hamilton getting up there. Staying up from the set piece. Just unable to direct that header towards goal.
I think it just fell to the wrong Hamilton there. His namesake was waiting behind him, probably in a better position.
Well, Maxwell with the cross. A good showing from him in his first Scotland Under-19s appearance. Looking to try and set up a goal for Chris Hamilton. Made his Hearts debut in May 2018, as you said earlier, against Kilmarnock. He's a defensive partner of Aaron Hughes, a 13-year difference between the two of them.
Sure, Chris talked him through the game.
A nice flick there from Fernandez. Josh McPake tracking back. One of the sets of fresh legs on the pitch.
Good wee bit of needle now between the two teams.
Well, David Rodrigo looking to the bench, and it's going to be Gerard Castro-Prat, another of the booked players, for a foul on Kai Kennedy. He comes off, and replacing him is Rodrigo Casanovas. But you said it there, certainly no love lost between these two teams in this game so far.
No, there's a fair bit of needle. Billy Stark just having a word with Dapo Mabudi just now. Dapo keeps pointing to his calf or his ankle. Obviously not happy with something.
Andorra have a free kick here out on the left hand side. It's going to be Carlos Bazan to take. He's tested Archie Mayer from range earlier on in the first half. A volley from outside the box. This time it looks as if he'll try and create one for one of his teammates. Calls it in, headed away by Kieran Dixon. Good challenge on Kai Kennedy, but Scotland managed to clear a dodgy touch from Ikert. Thankfully for him, there's no Scotland players close to him. Moving freely enough, Dapo Mabudi.
Right through the back of Chris Hamilton.
Once again, words had between the two players after that one.
Yeah, the post-match handshakes will be interesting.
Maxwell. Campbell to Kieran Dixon, who has been flourishing as the game goes on. Sonny Blulow Everton with one of his first touches of the game since coming off the bench.
You need to give him a nickname or an acronym.
I think his mother's surname was Lowe and his father's surname was Everton, hence Lowe Everton. I'm not sure where Sonny Blue came from, but that is a late challenge on Harrison Ashby, and it will be a free kick to Scotland. Didn't really look to be going anywhere, Harrison Ashby, but got the ball into a good area.
Maybe just clumsy more than anything.
Izan Fernandez with that foul. Kai Kennedy and Sonny Blulow. Oh, referee coming over here, and once again another sign that
it's getting a little bit embarrassing now. You feel for them, 2 goals down, but we could do without the hysterics.
Not sure any of the players will be exchanging numbers after this. Kai Kennedy to take the free kick out on the right hand side. It's once again Igor Pashak, the referee, keeping an eye on things in the middle of the box. Kennedy with the ball in, well headed away. It's Kieran Dixon from the edge of the box, and when it's bouncing like that from that range, it'll need to be a great strike to find the top corner.
Really hope your car's not parked behind that goal. It's the third ball to have disappeared over that fence.
Well, captain Dean Campbell, as you suggested earlier, Kenny being taken off, and Mark Leonard, who has captained the side in the last 3 Scotland Under-19 games, retains the armband as he comes on as a substitute.
And he was really bright the other night. I thought Campbell might get more than a 10-minute rest. Maybe shows how important he is to the team in terms of setting the tempo. Just like his range of passing. Definitely one to watch.
Maxwell tracking it down well there. A new right back and a new right midfielder out on that side for Andorra. A new challenge for Kai Kennedy and James Maxwell. And Maxwell taken out late this time. Free kick to Scotland. Certainly racking up the number of fouls, and that's going to be another yellow card. Albert Rosas Ubak, and it's his second yellow card. And for the second game running, Scotland Under-19 opponents go down to 10 men.
That's the way the game's been shaping up for the last 10 minutes. They've just lost the head.
One of the forward players as well, Ubak, he's probably the one that's threatened the most in the final third for Andorra. But he went in for a late challenge on James Maxwell there.
I think he knows he's straight down the tunnel. No real protests.
Heavy collision. James Maxwell is all right though, and on the ball. Scotland may be viewing this as an opportunity to help the goal difference in this group.
Did say that Andorra don't make it easy. Not quite what I had in mind, but
another foul there. Kai Kennedy going to ground. Scotland still on the ball with Kieran Dixon. And with that red card, just look at how deep Andorra are dropping now as Dapo Mabudi tries to flick that one through.
Yeah, the two Hamiltons have got all the time in the world now to bring the ball out from the back.
All 9 outfield men behind the ball there as Scotland try to find a way forward. Sonny Blulow Everton winning the throw-in. Mark Leonard, product of is it Brighton at the moment, came through the Hearts system. McPeak back to Ashby.
I think I'm right in saying he was on course to be Hearts' youngest ever player at one point. Very highly rated there, but opted to pursue things down south. Like a few of them.
Currently playing his football in the Under-18s Premier League with Brighton. As Harrison Ashby has a goal from distance. That would have been quite something if that had hit the back of the net.
I think he had the good grace to apologise to McPake there for not playing the easier ball.
His third under-19s appearance, Harrison Ashby. Just 17 years old, so yet to feature for West Ham. That will be another foul. Chris Hamilton this time. Nudged in the back by Rodriguez Casanovas. He's not long off the bench. Ashby, a chance for him to stretch his legs.
Dixon really has been all over the place today. Always wants the ball.
Kennedy. Ball flicked over the top into the path of Sonny Blulow Everton. There will be a goal kick. And with 5 minutes remaining, Billy Stark will be a lot happier with this second half.
You would like to think this is a 2-0 lead they can hold on to. I think they've been very professional. They've not been provoked into reaction with all these late tackles. They've been calm on the ball, patient, not tried to force it. And they got the cutting edge in the end.
McPake does well to get away from 2, 3, 4 Andorra players. A shot deflected and Iker saves. And Josh McPake showing exactly what he can do when he gets on the ball.
He's a real threat when he's running at defenders. We don't quite know what to do. Good balance, good change of pace.
Used to operating out on that right hand side, but was very central there.
It's the first time we've really seen somebody run through the middle. It's been so congested the whole game. So credit to McPake for trying something different.
Kennedy cuts inside. Dixon finds Ashby, gets his head up, looks into the box. Sonny Blulow Everton was arriving, and it's going to be Kai Kennedy now.
That is a good save.
And it's a good save from Iker, stretching out that right hand. And well, maybe the only thing missing from Kai Kennedy's game today has been a goal.
He did well to keep the ball down, but a strong arm to tip it over. Really good save.
Kennedy takes this one short to Dixon, back to Kennedy. McPake skips by one in the box, manages to, well, thought he'd kept it in play. The assistant has other ideas.
Gaps just starting to appear. I think the fresh legs in the final third for Scotland have helped.
Andorra making 2 changes. Just less than 4 minutes left of normal time. David Rodrigo will be Javi Paulo Roca coming on for Carlos Bazan, and also Marcus Robinat Cunhas is coming on as well. Joan Torres, one of the centre backs, coming off as well. Just really looks like a 5-4 Andorra have set up in now. That ball is hoofed over the fence. Here you could only dream of there, Kenny.
Back in the day, maybe. Fullbacks are pushing up the pitch now.
Ashby, he's well challenged, and he's Isan Fernandez. Oh, that is a crunching challenge. Mark Leonard up straight away though.
Actually thought that one was fair enough. They're both fully committed to it. No protest from either man. Still the needle. Josh McPake can't keep a straight face. now apologising. He's like the naughty schoolboy that's been pulled up.
Well, Kenny, a few standout performances from Scotland today. Who would you say is your man of the match?
I think this might be the easy decision for all. I've been impressed by it. A few of them again. I think Kai Kennedy takes it. No questions asked. He's been brave. His balance has been good. Change of pace, variety of delivery. There's been a lot to like about his performance today. So Kai Kennedy, man of the match.
Set up a goal as well. Kai Kennedy. Across for Jack Burrow's header. That opened the scoring for Scotland. Goal from Jamie Hamilton. Good feet in the box from the centre back, putting Scotland 2-0 up. Chris Hamilton. Scotland still looking for another opening.
I do think it's been a strong team performance today, though, not a failure out there. Everyone's done their job, even going right back to Archie Mayer in goal.
Sonny Blulow Everton just trying to flick that one through. No success for him, though. Player that's very highly thought of in the Watford Academy. Gardia Coste to take. Chris Hamilton looking for Dapple Mabudi. Holds off his man well. Holds on to the ball. He's eventually challenged. Mark Leonard gives away a free kick.
Yeah, I feel.
Well, 4 additional minutes in this one. Scotland against the now 10 men of Andorra. There's certainly been a few stoppages in play with fouls, substitutions.
I think Andorra just wanted done and dusted. Long
searching ball headed by James Maxwell. Unorthodox 1-2 there from Mark Leonard, but it's worked. He's found Josh McPake. Isn't interested in taking it into the corner, wants to try and play in Harrison Ashby. And that will be a corner to Scotland. The right back getting forward well. Josh McPake finding him.
Positive drive and run. I'm not sure it was ever going to creep inside that near post, but the goalkeeper had to make sure. But nope, that's what you want. Deep into injury time and players still willing to put in the running.
Fresh legs, Harrison Ashby.
Be a completely different kind of game against Germany, so we'll see the other side of them.
Kennedy. Putting in from the right this time. Leonard to Ashby. Cross into the box. It's got a good shape on it. Falls to the edge of the box from Mabudi. It's closed down well. Scotland still trying to threaten. With a couple of minutes left of injury time. Low Everton. Leonard. And Andorra not interested in closing down the Scotland players here. Just a training exercise in these final few stages, and that is a unnecessary challenge really from Eric de las Heras Izquierdo.
So late, I'm not sure the cameras would even pick that up.
Kennedy. Still lively. Kai Kennedy. Hasn't tired despite the amount of running he's done.
You would think he's played his way into a starting slot for the Germany game.
Certainly given Billy Stark something to think about. Leonard trying to find Ashby on this far side. Mabudi, Dixon, Kennedy. Wants to have a go himself, Kai Kennedy. Well, maybe feels he's earned a goal with his shift today.
Yeah, you can tell the Scotland players that are happy just to keep the ball ticking over, and the ones that are still Still determined to push. Kennedy wants his goal.
Chris Hamilton getting there first.
I think he's had a really solid game without being overly tested. He's
One of the booties,
another one
gone down there. You could hear the scream from him as he went down, but he's back up.
Afters again. He's been on Dapo since he was introduced.
No love lost.
Sure he'll be used to it.
Mark Rodriguez-Trave just blocking his path.
Still at him. Worth keeping an eye on.
Kai Kennedy. Players have gone up, despite it being this late in the game, and Scotland 2-0 up. Looks as if this one will be sent into the box. Won't be time really for Andorra to try and break away and get anything if it does come back their way. Kennedy floats the ball in, caught by Ikea.
He'll be in no rush. Anytime you want, ref.
And the full-time whistle goes. Scotland 2, Andorra 0. And Scotland get 3 points out of this one on the second match day of their Euro 2020 qualifying group. It moves them on to 4 points, 2 points behind Germany. And with one game left, they put themselves in a strong position to finish in those top 2 spots. The referee just splitting things up, making sure things don't heat over.
No surprises there, given the way that second half unfolded. Might just be one for them to get off the park. A bit of afters. Chris Hamilton attracting a bit of attention.
Well, the Andorran players maybe not too happy with something that's happened in there. But Scotland get the victory. 2-0 winners in this group. The Andorran players trying to follow Chris Hamilton down the tunnel. He's gone away to shake the hands of his friends and family after a good performance. And well, it's certainly getting lively down in that tunnel area. Quite a few players running over. It's very crowded. The referee, Igor Pashak, having to have eyes everywhere to make sure nothing untoward happens.
You don't want to see this, but some of the conduct from the Andorrans in the second half's been embarrassing.
Yeah, definitely a few tasty challenges from the Andorrans. You could tell they were frustrated. But Scotland get the victory. Plenty of action on the pitch though for us to look through from that 90 minutes. And here was the first goal.
And he was patient here, Kennedy. Initial cross didn't come to anything. Waited for his moment. Happy going either side, driven ball in. Perfect header. The breakthrough Scotland deserved.
Jack Burrows used to flying down the wing and getting the crosses in himself, but a good position he took up in the middle of the box. Kai Kennedy providing.
And he deserved it, because how many times did we see him on that left hand side? Beat his man, whip the ball in.
Something to show for his efforts. Kai Kennedy in the game, an assist to his name. And then Scotland made it 2-0. Kai Kennedy again involved.
Yeah, they just had no answer to him right from the start. Great free from Jamie Hamilton. Deserved that. Didn't put a foot wrong today. It was a poacher's finish, that one.
Not bad at all from a centre back. Those quick feet in the box. And once again, Kai Kennedy on this left hand side, getting his second assist of the game.
Just think it's great composure here from a centre back. 2 good feet.
Something you like to see in young Scottish defenders. Good with the ball at their feet. Jamie Hamilton certainly good with that. Scotland the victors here. They make it a win and a draw from their 2 opening Euro 2020 fixtures. And well, they now face Germany at Firhill on Tuesday to see who will finish, well, where Scotland will finish. Germany top of the group, Scotland second, and you can watch that game live on BBC Scotland. Kick-off as at 7:05 p.m.